Today, we are ranking every single quarterback in the NFL. We've got our tiers with MVP, elite, good enough, mid, and trash. Please subscribe. We're doing a giveaway of a signed jersey at 1,000 subscribers. So we're adding some incentive. Let's get this started early and often. It's going to be controversial as it always is. Aaron Rodgers, what are we saying, Buck?
I think it's also important to note, too, that this may shift at the very end when we see some people are in elite, some people are in good enough. So don't judge us too harshly if you only watch 4 seconds this, all right?
Forget about it. Judge us harshly. I don't mind.
Can.
Go back and forth. Let's get our hot takes in and on the board.
All right, I'm starting off Aaron Rodgers with good enough. I think he's obviously past his prime. He's not what he used to be, but I also think that he's done good enough with the Steelers this year, and I think it's exactly what they expected.
Yeah, it's tricky because I had him maybe teetering between mid or good enough. I was leaning towards good enough as well, so we can place him there. Doesn't really have the weapons. Mike Tomlin is also known for that run-heavy game plan and plenty of passes kind of out of the back. The running backs with Gainwell and Warren also have combined for over 70 receptions. It's not really a dynamic offense.
All right, next one, Baker Mayfield. What do you have?
I've got him at elite. In fact, I think at 7-5, this Bucs team with the amount of injuries and players that have been missing, we should give Baker his credit. If anything, he's been kind of the glue to this team. I mean, he's poised to close out the year well. Players are returning. I got him in elite.
See, I had him teetering more towards MVP before he got injured. Dude, like I said, he hasn't really had anybody around him. He's been incredible. I'm fine with throwing him in elite right now, but we can address it afterwards, I guess, once we see everybody else in there.
We can revisit. I'm okay with that. He's not the same chaos of last year. I mean, last year he's throwing hella picks, but he also throwing crazy amount of TDs, but he had the players. He had the offensive options. He didn't have all these injuries.
No, it's true. Bo Nix, I think, is going to be a little bit of a controversial one because there's a lot of people out there that think he's very good. There's a lot of people out there that just think the defense is very good. I think just based off how he's managed games and they keep on winning, it's hard to not put him in the elite category this year.
I'm not doing it, Buck. Good enough.
Good enough is your choice?
Look, he's 25 years old. He's still developing. He's got a lot of potential. And I think he's in between stages. Maybe this is a hot take, but I mean, you look at their team again. This is a quality team. Defense, remarkable, consistent running game, options for receivers, one of the best O-lines in the league, big play capabilities on defense and offense. He's done his job. But I don't know that I'm giving him the one up.
We'll throw him in good enough then. You can sit on that hill. That's fine with me. Next one's Brock Purdy. I put him at good enough. I don't think he's elite this year. Once again, injuries as well too, but we've talked about it in prior videos. When Mac Jones came in, there's a lot of questions on whether or not Mac Jones would be the next guy, or could potentially just take his spot. So I think if you're an elite quarterback, that's not really a conversation that's had.
Yeah, also good enough. I think people were surprised that Mac Jones was able to integrate so easily from a backup perspective, because he had to play, I think 4 or 5 weeks. He had to play quite a few weeks in a row and still we're getting results. The 49ers are kind of a strange team because I never know exactly what I'm going to get when I watch them play, but they have been doing what they're supposed to be doing. They put themselves in a prime position.
Team that's been doing a little bit more than what I think anybody expected them to be doing is the Panthers. Bryce Young. What do you got?
If he talks to Rod Wave, I mean, he's levitating, and then maybe he'd be good enough or even elite. But it's hard for me to get him outside of mid, even though I do appreciate that he's not scared of the big moments. He's got a receiving core that's built like the Monstars. If you remember Space Jam, they have so many guys that are 6'3", 6'4", even 6'5". This is his best season thus far, but I don't know if I can get out of the mid category. I think he's good enough for the Panthers, but I don't think he'd be good enough for many other organizations, especially ones that are winning.
That's how I kind of looked at it with a lot of the mid players, is how many of those players could go to another team and actually make somewhat of a difference. That was my kind of way of judging it as well, too. I just feel like it's kind of unfair to put him in the mid category for this season. That's my only thing. Let's move him around. I say good enough this season.
I don't think he's in that category with the guys that are in good enough right now. That's
I think it will change around towards the end, but let's look at some of the mid people. This is one that pains the living hell out of me. I'm going to be honest. It really, really pains me. I've never been a Caleb Williams guy. It's really hard not to put him in the elite category this year, though, isn't it?
But I knew you aren't a fan. I knew you weren't a fan. And I'm going to make some Buck supportive lines. It's like, I like Caleb Williams. I also think that we're watching him develop. In fact, he's had a great year. But this is also a Bears team. They're making big plays. They have a serious O-line. They got 2 running backs that get active. I mean, we just saw the win against the Eagles. It wasn't because Caleb Williams is airing it out. You got Monangai that ran for 130 yards in a TD. Swift added another 125 in a TD. It depends how the year goes. I don't know if there's enough downs for them, but between the 2 of them, they might end up with each having 1,000 yards rushing. It's not impossible, which is insane. So I still put him in good enough, as good as he's been. I don't know if he's hit that next tier. Maybe it depends where you have Baker. Would you have Baker and Caleb Williams in the same tier? That is the question. And I think most people would
tough.
not.
Yeah. It's this year, man. I feel like he's pulled off a lot of fourth quarter things that Chicago has not seen in a very long time. And I'm trying to give people their flowers for this.
Yeah, he's been ice cold, bro, to close out a game. I'm not mad. If you go elite, go elite. I'm just putting my argument out there. I'm putting out my case, and I'm way more of a fan or a supporter of Caleb Williams than you are. I just don't know if he's got that next notch.
I think we're falling into the category of the last video where nobody got an A and everybody got an A-. That's what I think we got going on.
Maybe that's the way that I do these, Buck. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know.
MVP, I don't know. We'll see. All right, next one here. You want to share your opinion right away?
I mean, Cam Ward can't go anywhere but trash. I do see potential. It's an awful team, and that's why you get the first overall pick. But I just can't have them anywhere outside of trash. They shouldn't have even won a game. We've talked about it with the Cardinals game. That was ridiculous. Calamity of errors. But he has to go trash. That's my stance. That's where I'm at.
I think he does have a lot of potential. I do. I think we've talked about last video too, but I think he pulls off some crazy plays. It's only fair, once again, if we're putting, I think, Caleb in the elite category for this season, it's only fair to put him in the trash category for this season. Next one is CJ Stroud. It's your team, so you go ahead.
Yeah, I might be biased. It could be a little hot take-ish, but I'm quite keen on the Texans to close out the year as well. We're now above 500. Happy days. I got them as good enough, even though I want to give a shout-out or a special shout-out to General Mills, who came in, played big time, got results, coming off the bench or second option for the QB. I will say this, the first portion of our year, we didn't have any offensive line. We looked out of sorts. Obviously, we don't have Mixon. He didn't return. I think we're still figuring out the distribution between Chubb and Marks. And some of that's been worked out into a better scenario now. But I say all that because he never knew if he was going to have any time to throw the ball for the first, I'd say, even 6 or 7 games this year. So I got him as good enough. I don't know where you had him.
Yeah, he was between mid for this season and good enough for me. I do think he's a player that you could stick on a lot of other teams, and if he has the right people in front of him, he'll do just fine. Injuries this year as well, too, so I try to be a little bit looser on the rating if they've been injured the entire time, but we can go with good enough. That's fine with me. Someone that I have to eat my words on, because I said overrated earlier this year, Dak Prescott has to be in the MVP category.
I put him in elite, but maybe that's my distaste for Dallas. I don't think you're wrong. He's gonna throw for 4,500 plus yards. I mean, he's got almost a 70% completion clip. I mean, even with Dallas, who have been terrible defensively for most of this year, I mean, this guy makes all the tough throws, the easy ones, the downfield. I mean, CD and Pickens are having a field day. Best 1-2 wide receiver duo, I'd say, in the league. So if you want to go MVP, that's fine. I
want to give him MVP.
I'm happy
Let's have
to
our
hate
first
on Dallas
one in there.
at all times. I'm happy to do it. But
I know you are. All right, next one, Daniel Jones.
This hot take, I got him as good enough. As good as the Colts have been, I kind of think he walked into a situation that is phenomenal for most quarterbacks, and he's taken the opportunity and been able to get this done. The offensive line's amazing. You're having an MVP type season from JT. I just think it works really well together. Again, I'm not mad if you want to make a case for higher up. I just don't know if Daniel Jones, when I look at it long term, is this a guy that's going to win a bunch of playoff games for you? I don't think so. I don't think this is Super Bowl Jones, but I could be biased. Maybe I'm not. I don't know where you had him.
I had him towards closer to MVP just because of the season he's had, man. But if
I don't think the Colts are going to close out the same way, by the way. They just lost to the Texans. I think they're going to have some struggle on the way out. So if you're saying MVP, I'm saying good enough. He has to be elite then.
Let's do elite then. That works. That's fine with me. Your favorite player in the NFL?
I don't like him at all, man. Yeah, you know where this is going. Only one place trash. I don't like his mechanics. I don't like the reads. I don't like the decisions. I don't like the throws. I don't like anything about Dylan's game. I'm sorry. I don't think he's an NFL
I don't like
starter
his
at
dog.
any point in
I
his
don't
career.
like, his girlfriend.
I don't
Everything. There you go. Obvious one here, Drake Maye, I think has to be MVP. He's incredible. He's just awesome. There's not really a whole lot more to say to it aside from that. We're just going top of the list, bottom of the list. I think this one's straight to the bottom again too, huh?
Yeah, Geno, trash. I mean, he's throwing as many TDs as picks. I will say this. He's not the only problem at the Raiders organization. I want to make that very clear.
The fan base is one of those problems.
He's not helping, though. He's not helping.
Not at all. Jacoby Brissett, I have him as mid, man. I think he's been good enough for the Cardinals this year. They're still not winning games. I know a lot of the games have been very close. And he's put up some good stats. He just falls in that category. I think if you put him on another team, does he make that much of a difference? And
I don't know if he's playing. I don't know if he's playing on a lot of other teams.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. So I have him at mid. I don't know what you have him at, though.
Yep, mid works for me.
Okay. All right. Philadelphia Eagles. Mr. Jalen Hurts is next. What do you have him at?
He doesn't turn the ball over. These are Super Bowl champs. I mean, if anything, I'd love to get on the Eagles bandwagon of blaming the offensive coordinator with Kevin Patullo. This team has looked rather normal even in victories this season. It's been weird. I had him as elite. I'm not mad if you can go above that. He doesn't turn over the ball. He's a great leader. He makes the throws that he needs to be able to make. I just don't like how the Eagles have not been very dynamic because they have big players in all positions, basically. You have the offensive line. You have the playmakers on the defensive end from linebackers to cornerbacks to safeties. You've obviously got a QB that's, Mr. Philosophical if you get him in a post-game interview. You've got Saquon, who's kind of been on a down year. But again, it's still the Eagles. I don't know where you had him. I have him in elite as a minimum.
I had elite as well, too. I think just a lot of these, even if it is like a down year for some of these guys, they still know how to manage games incredibly. And like you said, he does not give up the ball at all. I don't think the Eagles have been as dominant as they've been in years past, but it's hard not to put him in that category. Next one is Mr. Goff. Who do you have?
I mean, the last 3 seasons, this guy's thrown the ball for 4,500 plus yards in each of them. This year, 25 TDs, 5 picks, highly efficient. Goff doesn't get the praise that he deserves. I don't know if it's because he plays the Lions. I don't know if it's just because he's not necessarily a big personality guy. Like, Goff's not coming through on interviews giving you quotables, but he's got to be at least elite. That's where I got him. And the Lions are going to have quite a closeout this year. They may or may not make the playoffs, which sounds insane.
It does sound insane. I had him at elite as well, too. There's some of these where we're giving some people a little bit of leeway based off of what they've done in the past. We're giving some of these new guys a little bit of leeway because they got hurt. And it's like, okay, it's there. You got to find, I guess, the happy medium. I had him as elite as well, too, though. He's a quarterback that could probably go to any team and do his thing. Next one, Jackson Dart, which I feel like this might be a little bit of a controversial one.
Maybe. I have him as mid, but he has plenty of upside. I'm actually getting tired because I live in New York. The way that people talk about the Giants, you would never think that they're 2-11. I get it. I see the potential with Scatterboo. I'm got equal levels of some excitement. I'm looking forward to the future. You got Jackson Dart. You're gonna have Neighbors that's coming back. You got Robinson. I see the picture. You got Theo Johnson. I see everything. But this is a 2-11 team. I don't think you can go beyond that. He's mid with a lot of potential right now.
Mid and next year, my guess is good enough. I wanted to put him at good enough just because I think they're fun to watch. I think he's a good player. But they're 2-11, like you mentioned. Next one, Jaden Daniels.
I don't think we've seen him enough to give him too much credit. He hasn't been on the field, and even when he was on the field, I don't think he's had the same impact or, I don't know, maybe explosiveness, big game capability of last year. But unfortunately, he just keeps copping injuries. He's been maybe forced to do too much. I brought him all the way down to good enough. I might have a different stance if we had seen Jaden Daniels for 3, 4, 5 seasons prior. But if you think about it, we haven't actually seen him that many games. And people are adjusting. This is the NFL. The more they watch you play, they make changes. The assignments look a little different. The defenses they throw at you, it's a little bit different. The blitz packaging. You get where I'm going. I don't know. This is kind of your team, so like as a sidebar, it's not the Chargers, but I know that you're locked into the Commanders.
Yeah, I like him. I think it's a completely different conversation from last year. We just haven't seen him enough this year. So I had him at good enough as well too. So I think that's fair enough for him.
Look at the elite group. The elite group's tough, man, to break into that if you're not playing some minutes.
No, it's very true. You think he's ever going to break it into the elite group or no?
Trash. This is hurts my heart so much because I am not a Vikings supporter, but I like their team. These guys were 14-3 last year, and the team didn't change. If anything, they made improvements outside of the QB position. You got a dual running back. You got arguably the best. I mean, maybe not this year, but one of the best 1-2 punches with Addison and Jefferson. Jefferson didn't even give the ball. He didn't have a target until the fourth quarter.
I saw your tweet. I saw your tweet last week, dude.
It hurts me to watch this, bro.
It's
so bad.
Yeah, I got a text that said Mike LaBelle for sure had money on him because I've never seen a tweet like this in my entire life. There was no money.
JJ didn't even play in that game either. I don't like the Vikings make me angry. JJ's trash. The stats support it. The results support it. When you have a player like Justin Jefferson, I know I can't play in the league, but just throw it to him. I don't care if he's covered. Just give him a chance.
Yeah, no, it's true. Just throw it up there. All right, next one's Joe Burrow. Once again, injured a lot of this year. Came back instantly, did his thing, man. It's so hard not to put him in the elite category, so that's where I have him.
I feel the same. I don't know if we have recency bias, but remember how flawed this team is. But as soon as he comes back, highly competitive.
Still
against the Ravens in a away game.
Protection too, yeah, exactly.
They dominate. He tossed the ball, I think, for 260 plus yards. It's just hard for me not to put him in elite. And maybe some of that is based off previous years. I don't know if that's fair, but I just don't think he deserves to be in good enough.
No, I don't think he belongs with them right now at all. Mr. Flacco, this is one where there's recency bias. There's also, this guy bounces around everywhere and still like, I don't know. If you're having a normal conversation with somebody, you'd say, well, he's good enough for now. You know what I mean? But when you hear the for now thing, does it fall into mid? I don't know. I don't know.
I have him as mid, and the way I see it, he should probably be a backup on an organization or a team. But when I look at the trash players or the players that we have in trash, I think Flacco's better than them. That's my reasoning. That's my rationale. So even in his 40s, he is better than the trash players, but I think he's in a similar area in the mid. We have some big games, maybe some lack thereof. There's some inconsistencies, but I mean, the guy's in his 40s still playing. I'll still never forget Flacco with the Ravens on the playoff run.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I do think he deserves to be above those four there. Next one's Jordan Love. We had an opinion on Jordan Love a while ago saying this guy cannot do anything and he's not winning big games. And
wait, that's your opinion.
It was my opinion.
Not,
yes.
You said we. That is not my opinion.
Okay, when I say we, I mean me is what it was. He's done better since then, and the comments have let me know that as well too. Do you throw him in the elite category? Or you throw him in the good enough category right now?
No, elite. I have him as elite. 19 TDs, 3 picks. I think this is the real reality. If you're a Jordan Love hater, maybe against the Packers, they've had some ugly games this year. They lost the Philly game, I think it was 10-7. They had that loss against the Browns, which was a tough watch. And you're just saying, how could you lose? Maybe not against Philly, but how could you lose against the Browns? How could you have these results? We had the shootout against Dallas that ended up in a draw. But I think he's elite. I believe in Jordan Love, that experiment going forward, playoff runs. You do not want to play at Lambeau. Good luck. Clear for me that he's in the elite zone.
I'm fine with eating my words on that too. Next one's Josh Allen. He's just a freak of nature, man. There's really not much else to say to it aside from that. I have him as MVP. What do you have him at?
Also MVP. I don't think he could not be there. I mean, his career has always been mostly aggressive. And when I say that with his throws, I mean, he's going to throw TDs. He's going to throw picks if you're looking through the numbers or something like that. I would have a bet on him, breaking his most rushing TDs in a season this year. I mean, we also got to include even James Cook, which has shifted their offense a little bit. He's got 1,200 plus yards, at least as we're recording. He's become such a prominent factor with their game, but I still got him MVP. I think having a 6'5", 6'6" QB that can run the ball, I don't even know if that's a tush push at that point. I don't know what he's doing.
He just runs people
built
over,
like a tight
man.
end, bro.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he does it all. He's incredible. I think
I want the ball in his hands late. That's how I feel. I feel comfortable and confident that even if we're losing, Josh Allen will make something happen. And maybe you could argue the Bills have had a weird year, and that's fine. I think they've also had a lot of difficult oppositions throughout the year and with the points that they played people. But MVP is good with me as well.
This next one's MVP as well too, isn't it?
Who's next on the list? Oh, no. Absolutely not. Justin Fields, trash. Even though I still don't like the way that the Jets kind of treated him. I feel like they just made him like a running back. They basically made him a wildcat offense approach for QB and made it so obvious when he had to throw the ball, but he's got to go to trash.
Yeah, I think that's fair to put him there. This one hurts me, man. I think if you go over off of career, Justin Herbert is in the elite category. If you go off of strictly this season, I think it's closer to the good enough category is the only problem. But I do think
it's Cuspy.
What do you have him at? I don't want to be the biased
I was
Chargers.
leaning still in elite. I was still leaning in elite. I think also he just had surgery on his hand, so I hope that he's going to be playing. I guess it was his offhand. But I like Herbert, and I also feel like he's made a lot of throws, found a lot of different options with not having a consistent O-line.
Yeah.
Which I think is something you credit. Also, they've had to rotate multiple running backs, so I still lean him into elite. I don't know if I'm pushing it, but that's where I had him.
I'm fine. If we're going off of just not this year, I think that's fair.
I still think he's had a good year. I don't think he's had a bad year at all.
It's just the Chargers. There's some games, though, where it's like, it just doesn't look like him, I guess, if that makes sense.
That's also been the NFL this year.
Yeah.
Every game that I watch, I don't know what's going to happen. This has either been a dream or a nightmare for you if you're sports betting. Because there's been so many results go very different every week. Every single week, you think there's no way that this could happen. I mean, maybe it transitions. Well, we're not there yet. I was going to say, I look at even the Panthers going up against the Rams this past week. You would say, on paper, Rams, clear. That was not the case. But that's been the whole season.
It has been the whole season. All right, yeah, no, I'm fine with that. I just didn't want to have the Chargers bias there, so I'm glad you said it. All right, Kirk Cousins.
Mid. I mean, he's just started playing this year, now with Penix being out, but I'm okay with mid if you're okay with mid.
I'm completely fine with mid, and there's not really a whole lot more to say about it. This is one where you can't put him in the trash category.
Why not?
I think you can put him in the mid category. You don't think Kyler Murray's better than all those quarterbacks down there?
Fine, give him mid.
That's my only argument.
That's the logic. I get it. Fine.
Would you take Dart? I feel like Dart and him would almost be somewhat of a toss-up right now.
I'm okay with based on who we've
got in trash. Can we put him like I don't know? Put him at the front of mid.
Fine, whatever you want to do. It's your world. I don't have control of the tier. I think mid is correct. So
I think I will leave him at mid. Next one, Lamar Jackson.
Still got him at MVP for me. I mean, I've seen this guy play when he's on his game. He can win you games on his own. One of the most evasive QBs we've ever seen. Still highly efficient, even though he's coming off of maybe not the best game and the loss against the Bengals. And they're going to fight for a playoff spot here as well with the Ravens in a division that's been sort of wild as well. I don't know if anybody wants it in that division.
It doesn't seem like it. I had him between elite and MVP. Just because he has missed games this season, and there have been, I don't know, I'm telling you, after that first game where it was Josh Allen and him, I legit thought like this is Super Bowl, game over, it's done. And then the Bills came back and won the game, and I was like, what the hell just happened? So I don't know. I'm cool with MVP. If you want to go MVP, I'm also fine with elite. Which one are you leaning towards?
I was still had him on the up and up, but I'm okay if you want to take him down a notch because he's missed some games, but I think Lamar will close out the year well, and that the Ravens will find themselves in the playoffs. So
you want to put him MVP? Make the call.
I said I was fine with elite. What do you want me to do? You want to revisit it?
That's your choice. Your choice.
I think he still deserves. Like when I think of the best QBs in the league, Lamar Jackson comes to mind every time.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's fair. I don't know if that's fair or not for this list, but that's how I see things. That's my view. Like again, late game, you need a bucket, you need a drive, you need something to happen. I would love to have Lamar Jackson as the guy leading that.
Anybody would be over the moon to have him. No, it's true. All right. Next one here is Mac Jones.
I want Lamar going up. I don't like it. I don't think he can share with Daniel Jones. I'm just looking at this list. I don't think he can share there.
That's fair enough. All right. Next one's Mac Jones.
I mean, Mac Jones has done a lot for his stock. Surely got to be potentially on a move after this year. I mean, you get good trade value. I didn't look at his contract prior to this. I don't know when it expires. I'd say good enough. Like Mac Jones to me is a starter at a lot of teams.
That's my notes basically said the exact same thing, is that I think he could go to a lot of different teams and probably hop right in there right away. It makes it a lot easier to decide it as well, too, when you see some of the players underneath it. But he did his job, man. He did really well. He was fun to watch. I think this is one of the most fun people to watch right now. Dude, Stafford's unreal, man. He's got to be
30,
MVP.
32 TDs, 4 picks. I mean, the Rams obviously getting results. He's got everybody looking fresh somehow. I think Stafford's 37, 38 years old as well. And it's got to be MVP. Surely that's what you put.
That's what I was listening to something earlier today too, and it was like, this guy does not look 37. That was like the main thing. They're like, how is he 37 years old? He's incredible. He really is. Next one, Michael Penix Jr.
I don't love his game, but I'd also have him in mid. Again, same logic as before. He's better than the trash category. I don't think that he should get good enough. I don't think this year did enough for him to be in good enough. And the Falcons, I'm sort of disappointed as a team. I thought they'd have a better record than they presently have. And they lost last week against the Jets, even though that wasn't Penix's fault.
Yeah, I think he is better than everybody in the trash category as well, too. It's just, it'd be cool, honestly, with how long this channel is hopefully going to be around, is that we can compare our tier list from year to year and see how much people move up and down, because I think it's going to drastically change for quite a few of these guys. Mahomes, even though the Chiefs are not the Chiefs anymore, he's like, it's kind of like just how you said, man, if there's anybody you want the ball in their hands in the fourth quarter, he has to fall in the MVP category.
Yeah, have you lost trust in Mahomes? Like,
I don't lose any trust.
Mahomes
no.
fanboy. I haven't.
I haven't lost any trust. No,
MVP. MVP.
Yep,
and it's not like he's having a bad year either, really, like on an individual perspective. The Chiefs have had quite a few games that surprisingly went against them. Even some calls that have gone against them this year as well.
It's about
not something we're used to.
Yeah, it's about time it happened. Yeah, no, I think he's obviously in the MVP category there. What about this one here?
Russ Wilson to trash, and I hope that he retires. Train the up-and-comers. He should be, again, a second or third option, and he's helping quarterbacks get better. I don't think it was even fair for him to come to New York with a new team and be the starter. Especially with an organization that's, I don't want to say they're rebuilding, but the Giants needed their young players, or need their young players to be playing at high levels to be competitive this year. And of course, having a couple different injuries, major, I guess takeaway from the season, or just made it really difficult. I mean, Scatterboot came in and took Tracy's job, no problem. But obviously terrible injury to watch. Don't watch that. Don't Google that if you haven't seen it. He's out for the year, and then Neighbors being out for the year, and it turns into more of a rebuild, but he's got to be trash.
Yeah, I still think my favorite tweet of the entire year that I saw is when Jackson Dart went into the medical tent. Someone quote tweeted and said, Russell Wilson's so ass that half the team is in the medical tent to see if Dart's still fine. And that's, you got to just put him in the trash category then. Sam Darnold.
Having an elite year. I don't know if I'd go MVP or not, but I will say this, Seattle, what a team. Yeah. That is a scary team. You don't want to play in Seattle. They got a top 10 defense, top 10 offense. Again, a lot of big playmakers everywhere. And they just shut out the Vikings, which I don't know if that's a big deal or not. But I think anytime you shut out a team in the NFL, that's impressive.
Yeah. I think he just has all the tools around him to succeed right now. I think obviously when he was at Minnesota, he was incredible as well too. I just don't know if he floats into the MVP category just yet. Shedeur Sanders, my favorite player on planet Earth.
This is hard. I don't know. Has he done enough to get into mid yet? I don't think so. I mean, he could get there.
Yeah.
We've seen him in 2 games, right?
That's the thing. I put him at mid just because we've only seen him in 2 games so far. And I feel like that's not the greatest. I don't know. It's not the fairest way to judge somebody just yet. Can there be
this
like
week also decides a lot. They go up against the Titans. So this week will actually help or hurt his stock dramatically. I'm okay with being in mid. It's a weird one. We haven't seen him play. That's the reality. We haven't seen him play.
Yeah, that's what I think. You kind of just have to give him a little bit. I mean, like, after like 4 or 5 games, we can have that conversation, I think. But he's only played 2. It is what it is. Trevor Lawrence.
Even though I'm not necessarily a believer in Trevor Lawrence, maybe I've gone on record with the overratedness. I still think he's got to be good enough, especially for the Jags, who are going to make the playoffs. I think it's safe to say they're going to make the playoffs. He's had big moments. He's made big throws. He's also missed easy throws. I just think that's going to be part of his story and narrative. But he's been able to lead the team.
He also tripped falling backwards and then ran it in against the Chiefs as well, too, to beat them. So by design. Yeah, by design. Fall over, man. I had him at good enough as well, too. I think if their record was different, we'd probably, like, if this is not a playoff team, I think we'd probably throw him in the mid category. but it's hard with just with him and Bryce Young, a lot of these guys where the record is good enough where it's they're good enough. Like that's fine for now.
I'm glad that you forced Bryce Young to be good enough, because when I'm looking at mid, again, to your point, the results are part of it. And he's had multiple games where he's played awesome, incredible. Yeah. Can't believe it, actually. Like when I rewatch the highlights, I'm like, I don't recognize this player in this game compared to the previous couple weeks, but here we are.
Player that we recognize every single time.
No, he's similar too. Tua has games where you say, okay, maybe he's not as bad. But then he has other games where he reminds you, and you watch him legitimately throw the ball 10 times poorly. Like the wrong read, the wrong throw, not accurate, all the things. I'd still say he has to be mid. Again, Dolphins are sort of having a late run up right now. If anything, we should give a shout out to H-Am. Boy, that guy is nice. Talented.
He is. Yeah, I had him as mid as well, too. I feel like it's not completely fair to put Tua at trash right now. Just kind of like
if you want to take his contract, the payout to what you're getting, trash. Terrible deal. Terrible business. But, the Dolphins are sitting, did they get up to 5-7? 4-7? What's the Dolphins record as we're recording? They're starting to kind of inch their way. Like, I don't think they can make a season of this, but, 5-7. Maybe they can get themselves into a 500 conversation. I don't hate their final games for their schedule. I don't know. Mid seems right.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think just based off the people above them, I think this makes sense. I don't think you can put them in the same category as Bo Nix right now. Next one, Tyler Shoe.
Is there anything good that we could talk about with the Saints? I'm not sure. Again, maybe didn't play enough. Obviously took over for your boy Ratcliffe or Rattler. Antler, so I'm putting him in trash as it stands. I don't think he could be higher.
That works for me. And the last one is Tyrod Taylor.
Again, I don't think he'd be higher than trash either. Yeah. Jets fans, you let us know. Should he be in mid?
They need an answer. All right, we got to revisit this. It's your favorite part of doing these tier lists. Do you think?
I think Bo Nix has to go up based on how good the Broncos have been. Even though I don't love doing that, I'm with you. I hear you. I understand. He's had some inconsistencies, but he should be in the elite category. Joe Burrow's a weird one. I can't not have him in elite. It's just like my heart won't let me do it, or my respect for the game. But he hasn't really played a bunch, but he has to stay in elite.
Throw him up there?
Oh, not MVP. No.
Oh, okay, elite. Never mind.
I'm saying like
over the place. My bad. Yeah,
I don't know if he deserves, based on the year, to actually be an elite, maybe, but I can't not have him in elite. Like he's to him, like too much aura across the board. I don't think I'd move anyone from good enough. I also don't think I'd move anyone from mid. I know some people will talk about Jackson Dart, but I really don't think we're there yet. We will be there. Next year, I hope to be saying that this guy's elite, actually. He does scare me with the way that he runs the ball. He takes shots. He absolutely takes shots.
He got smoked last night, yeah.
I think that's a little concerning. MVP-wise, do we want to adjust anything? It's hard for me not to have Lamar Jackson there. It really is. If we're just judging off the unbelievableness of this season, I feel like Drake Maye is kind of having one of those years that's just ridiculous. And the same with Stafford. I don't know if we need to make another category. Because it's not only just their stat lines, but the results and how they're doing it. The team itself is also just absolutely crushing.
Yeah, I agree. I think
maybe there's another category. I'd almost take those two guys based on just the season of being, I don't know, above and beyond. Maybe they deserve that extra notch. This is depends how it finishes out, but Stafford will have his best year in the NFL at 37 or 38 years old. Drake Maye, I don't know what his potential or threshold max out is. I don't know what your thoughts are, but that's my first takeaway from that is not just their individual performances, but the team itself and the results they've been getting. Those two guys really stand out, because that's going to be an argument. Like Lamar missed some games. Even the Bills haven't been nearly as dominant, and we don't know what's going to happen with Dallas, but it's not because of Dak. Same with the Chiefs. I don't know what's going to happen with the Chiefs, but I wouldn't put a bunch of blame on Mahomes.
No, I feel the same way. I think there definitely, is room for a lot of these to have more categories, but
so let's do this then. Put Drake Maye to the front and put Stafford to the front. So we at least, these are our front leaners of maybe the MVP. Maybe we rank the MVP category. Maybe that's how we do this. I think those are the 1-2 punch in my eyes. And then I would probably go Josh Allen.
Dak Prescott's in the conversation, though.
Dak is 4, maybe.
I don't hate it.
And then Lamar's last. I would have Mahomes in front of him. And maybe that's where I'm at. And I don't know if that's fair or not. I think Baker will close out the year well, but it's hard to get into projections in this situation. It's hard for me also, even with Jalen Hurts. Like I said, the guy doesn't turn over the ball at all. It plays a big factor in the NFL. You're always going to have a chance to win games. But I'm okay with this, I think. If we're going to walk away here, I'm not upset.
I think I'm fine with this as well, too. I think the only arguments we may get in the comments is Daniel Jones may be a topic of conversation. I think Baker will, too. But once again, maybe if there were more tiers, it'd be maybe a little bit fairer. I don't know. But either way, I'm completely fine with this. If you guys have made it to the end of the video, once again, we are giving away a signed jersey when we reach
first 1,000 subscribers. You got to subscribe.
Yep. We'll give away a signed jersey of your choice. And if you have made it this far as well, once again, just leave a like, and we'll see you guys next time.